This YouTube video is a continuation of the previous YouTube video in this series. Kathleen states that the lifetime of a house person, a personal assistant, is just under 3 months. She states that they get burnt out, driven out, and all just before the 90 days is up, when West would have to give employment and benefits or start paying employment insurance. After 90 days, as Kathleen states, West would need just cause to get rid of her. Now, going forward to 2007, in the slides that are moving around above, there's an email from Rebecca West who talks about 30 people coming and going in quick succession, 16 of them in the last 10 months or so since she was hired. Now, this is a business model that Devra Patton West uses. She's a criminal. She's running a cult. Inside a cult, she can commit crimes that are not reported outside because everyone's afraid of her. So she gets away with this criminality. And what she's doing is looking for wealthy people she can brainwash and condition and steal their money from them. For those who are not wealthy, she simply uses and abuses them for just under 3 months and then disposes of them. This is not a guru. This is a deeply mentally disturbed psychopath.
And I think the timeline on just about every house manager was approximately 3 months.
Yeah.
Yes.
Less, just shy of 3 months.
So they get burnt out.
They get burnt out, they get driven out,
Yeah.
they are denied any, if they're given benefits upon being hired. Things were probationary period of 90 days. I was, four days shy of my 90-day probation period when she fired me.
Because she would have had to have paid you benefits after that
Well,
period.
she would have had to have just cause
Right.
to
I
fire
see.
me.
At the meeting with Kathleen Francisco are several other ex-employees, including Joseph Costantino, Diane Stoner, of Kathleen, of course, and one or two others. It came to pass, upon discussing health insurance, health benefits, that everybody was told that they were going to get health insurance, but of course it never happened because it's a lie that West tells everybody before they start. And along with that lie, when most people start, their wages are knocked down 20% because of some confusion. And then they're expected to work for a month or two for nothing as saver for the master teacher. As is clear from Kathleen's comments and the whistleblower's comments, that the inner circle, Jack West, Devra West, and Andrew George, and Esther Michaels at that time, they're all singing the same song, just as the inner circle are now. The inner circle being Devra West, Jeffrey Reynolds, CPA, Julio Williams, and of course, long-term accomplice and now ex-husband, Jack West. They're all in this up to their necks.
Did you have health insurance, or were you promised it?
I was promised at some point that Esther Michaels was creating some type of a group benefit policy.
Yeah, right.
As I was told to do a year or 18 months ago.
Yeah.
And as I
You
was
were
told
hired,
to
weren't
do
you?
before he...
Oh, cool.
Did they tell you when you were hired that that was shortly to come?
Yes, it was shortly to come. And then when I asked at my review, Esther said, "Oh, I'm doing that.
I'm working on that.
We're working on that. Don't worry, we're working on it." That was the same as the checks in the mail.
But that's the line they give everybody. And then they tell us on top of that, that's what they tell people when they're coming for the job. Just the line, that they'll get insurance.
Yeah.
So the inner circle, which is apparently Jack West and Andra, Esther Michaels,
Yes.
are singing the same tune that Devra does.
Kathleen speaks about Esther Michaels and how she is being brainwashed and realizes she's being brainwashed and is trying to fight the brainwashing. And part of the brainwashing is Deborah West offering Esther Michaels a partnership going forward. Of course, Miss West doesn't have partners. She was offering partnership to John Watson in 2002, the whistleblower, along with Tan Mayo. And after John Watson had worked for 6 months and done his work without pay, Miss West got rid of him. This is what she does to everybody. And shortly after this recording was made, Esther Michaels left as well.
Esther Michaels is a new
Musician.
person in the group. She's very, I don't know.
Brainwashed.
Yeah.
She's brainwashed. She's being brainwashed,
What Deborah told
and she fights it.
Didn't Esther say one day, though, weren't you there, when she said that Deborah made her a partner? Remember that?
Yeah, that's right.
Partner.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They were partners.
Who was the partner?
Esther Michaels
Esther Michaels.
Deborah.
was partners with Deborah West. And that was after they returned from Boulder.
In what? Is that in Divine Unity, Millennium Mind, or personally?
Personally, I believe.
Kathleen speaks to the fact that she and Cindy Beeman think that the place was bugged so that Deborah West and the senior members of the cult could listen in on their conversations and then presumably prepare the brainwashing conditioning sessions for the following day. Evidence that there was bugging of the phones and some of the rooms was evident to Kathleen because she would make personal comments about her personal life and then they would crop up the following day in conversation, or if she was complaining about some aspect of work, Deborah West would call her about it shortly afterwards.
It has been said by one or two people that the place has been bugged by Deborah or the inner circle, so that they know what is being said by others, so that they can keep control of the troops and see who's loyal. Did you ever hear anything to that?
I did hear of that, and I also I had that thought myself, which I then spoke with, I believe it was Cindy Beeman, and she also said, yes, she had seen a letter stating from another employee to another employee, or along that lines, that there had been thoughts of it being bugged.
Wow.
Phones being tapped, they can listen in on your conversations when you're on the phone. Spying. I know for a fact they would stand at the top of the stairs. My office was down in the basement. Myself and Diane would be speaking. We could hear the wood floor creak. It would then stop.
With Nandra and Jack.
It would, it would either be Anandra or Jack or Cheryl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And we would then stop talking, and the person would then move or come forward down the stairs. And we knew because personal or private things would then come up. Or if you were making a complaint, this is how I knew it, is if I was making a complaint about something, Deborah would call me soon afterward. Because she was a clairvoyant.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Because she had spies, is what it was.
Kathleen speaks to the fact that what is occurring at Deborah West Ashram is not normal. She's gone into a room and she says that the music is cultish. There's screaming, crying, and Deborah West telling individuals that they're losers, that they're bad people, all part of the brainwashing and conditioning which, along classic CIA lines, first destroys the personality and self-confidence of an individual, and then when West is sure that she's done that, she inserts herself into the psyche of the damaged victim and acts as their guide, mentor, after which she has total control of them and uses and abuses them, either by taking all of their money or by having them become cheap labor, slave labor. Either way, she is financially advantaged by this process, which is why she's been doing it for 2 or 3 decades.
Oh, I wanted to talk about what happens at the sessions there, like SAI and the one that's going on right now.
Oh, yes.
Have you witnessed any unusual things going on? People being disciplined and
To
smacked
me,
down?
it's all unusual. The raving and screaming of the people that are there, crying, falling to the ground, just the music, the atmosphere is just,
Cultish.
yeah, very cultish. Very cultish. I've gone into the room for one reason or another, as instructed by Devra, and I have heard her speak to these people. And she is telling them emphatically, you are a loser. You are horrible. You're just bad. You're a bad person, and if you don't listen to me,
You're not doing what I said. And
yeah,
Also mind control.
exactly.
Yeah.
Surrender everything. Yeah.
Kathleen affirms that where she works is run by fear, that there's deception there, and that she was lied to every day she turned up for work by Devra Patton West.
So would it be fair to say that there's a high level of deception taking place in that
Oh, yes.
facility?
that's what it's all about.
That is the base right there. It is as Diane always adequately puts it, it is a fear-based ran facility.
Do you feel betrayed or deceived, considering what your first impressions were
Oh,
about it?
definitely. Yes, I do. I feel very betrayed. I feel lied to. I felt lied to every day. Every day she would lie. Every day I would catch her in a lie.
Pathologically lying.
Yeah. I mean, the others I didn't worry so much about, but Devra, because I dealt with Devra every day. And it was to be a trustworthy position, which was my explanation to her also. Because I have been this personal concierge to other clients. In the past, I had my own business. I did this. I had high confidentiality. And it was just, she was not a confidentiality client.
No.
No.
To review the rest of this material, please move on to the next YouTube video in this series.